I doubt we will see as surprising builds as last game, but let's find out in the top left-hand corner. The former Protoss Plat of Team UR. It is the Terran Revolution.
And down here in the bottom left, in the purple, the current Protoss player for Team Lost in Translation, it is Amicus.
Revolution, like I said, was a former Protoss. And just a heads up, TB, I don't think your mic is muted. Just a heads up.
Stream can't hear him either way.
Oh, okay, that's
So.
good. Anyway, he used to be a former Protoss, and I actually found that helpful. I switched to random this season, as you guys will see in the next game. And when I was random, I felt versus Protoss was my best matchup because I knew Protoss in and out. I knew that build a lot. All right. and so I think Rev kind of has an edge here. I don't know. What are you laughing at? Possibly do
Absolutely nothing. So
right.
yeah, it should be a pretty good game here. Looks like Amicus is gonna go ahead and go for that standard gateway into Nexus. Very safe. Not really.
LiT
Sorry?
loves that. LiT loves your little two guys on gas little shenanigans.
I mean, it's not really shenanigans. It's pretty standard.
No, dude, one guy on gas is standard. All right, you watch Zest wreck everyone. Oh, it's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Didn't Zest lose the other day?
Get out. No one.
Just
No one
saying.
needs you here. No one needs you here. Right.
So yeah, this Reaper is gonna come out here, gonna look for some damage. It's sort of like that game one, I believe, where we're saying like shouldn't really ever get anything done. Should just get scouting information, and that's about it. No way that it ever kills a probe in a perfect world for the Protoss.
It's happened though.
So,
I mean, let's not kid
ooh,
ourselves.
bunker going down here.
What?
Mothership core coming out. Ooh, probe nice job deterring this SUV, stopping that mining time. That's really ballsy, especially to do it right there.
That's aggressive. That's what we
Yeah.
call that. That's what we call aggressive. And now he's gonna lose this Reaper. Oh,
Ooh.
beautiful play from Amicus. Yeah, he loses that 50 energy, but who cares? He just got all their scouting information.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. And I think that was totally worth it. And now we just see a huge production boom from our Terran player. We got a factory, 2 more Raxes coming up. We might see a little bit of like a Heart of the Swarm early bio push. We know Seeker is actually very fond of that. I think the reason why Seeker is so good is because he just plays like it's Heart of the Swarm, and nobody expects that. Like he'll show up to your base at like 10 minutes with 2 medevacs and a whole bio force, and you're like, this isn't what you're supposed to do. This is Wings of Liberty. I mean, it's different.
10 minutes with only that force? Yeah,
well,
it's a
it's
little.
different now.
That is
Now
definitely unexpected.
Now it's like 2 minutes. Legacy of the Void time. Good job denying that a depth scout from Rev. Amicus not gonna push his luck, just saying like, all right, you're getting a reactor. I can deal with that. And we see a tech lab on the factory. I would have expected to see a Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say I expected to see a Liberator, but I actually meant Cyclone. I thought he would have got a Cyclone just to like kind of deal with oracles and things of that nature, or he'd switch it to get a Banshee. But maybe he's afraid of. I guess he has to play safe because he lost that Reaper actually. So never mind.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is fine.
I think it should work out fine for Revolution here. I'm not sure how big of a fan I am of it this early whenever Blink is on the way for the Protoss. Obviously, Rev doesn't know that, but a simple scan would kind of tell him what's going on.
Wait, this isn't a Blink all-in, is it?
Ready for dust off.
No. I don't think so.
Because Rev's doing the hardest of counters to it. Rev's literally doing the hardest counter to tank, to Blink Stalkers, ladies and gentlemen, is tanks. I think we saw a game on Yansu of Bunny versus Naniwa of saying how bad tanks counter Blink Stalker all-ins.
Yeah.
And so it seems kind of bad for Amicus right now. Also because he's only on 1 gateway and no 3rd nexus. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 gateways. but never mind. Okay, no.
Yeah,
He's got
there goes that
3,
third
he's got a
Nexus.
Nexus, he's doing fine. And I don't think Rev can do too much. He was just actually supply blocked right there for quite the amount of time. Just started Sim. I say just start your own third as Revolution. Let's take this into a macro game.
Yeah, if Rev decides to push out here, what's going to be key is A, I don't think he's going to do much damage. B, with Blink being done now, if Amicus can spot this in the middle of the map, he could potentially snipe either the medevac and or the tank, and then just blink back home and be 100% fine in holding this. He could also start to get just an overwhelming number of blink stalkers here. Like, if he catches this army when it's not set up at all, it's going to be huge losses for Revolution here. So it's going to be very careful. He has to be very careful how he micros this.
He saw
If
it
he
come
loses
across
too
the
much
map,
energy,
though. He had
yeah,
to
and so now here it is. Oh, he could totally blink on top of this tank right now.
Oh, he does!
It looks like that's exactly what he does. Nice pickup. But this push completely repelled there, and now it's a 20 supply lead for Amicus now. This is huge.
That was such a failed attack. I mean, it wasn't all in by any means because he's getting his third command center with just a small force. My guess is he was just doing that to kind of pressure the Protoss, just being like, "Hey, you got to be careful. You know, I'm gonna make an honest woman out of you yet." But then Amicus just completely shut it down. So very good play from Amicus. Very solid defense. The blink ended up actually working for him. I guess he went for that for safety. And wow, bravo. Bravo.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of getting that blink into the glaive upgrade, especially if you're planning on being defensive, because the blink allows you to react well to those drops, and in situations like that, whenever the push is coming across the map, it lets you kind of attack it preemptively, which we didn't see this game in particular, but it didn't really matter since he had such an overwhelming force already. But whenever you see those a little bit heavier pushes of the like 2 Liberator tank, those kind of pushes, and the blink really pays off in multitudes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
wow.
goodness. This is a sin to get this fourth this early against the Terran. Oh my goodness. I mean, all right. You defended the offensive pretty easily, but taking this fourth, especially in this position when your opponent's going tanks. Oh my goodness. Oh, the cojones on Amicus. I thought Kahansky had big cojones. No. Amicus puts him to shame by getting this fourth so early. He doesn't even have the probe count to sustain this fourth. God, I love it.
Honestly, I think I like it a lot. Yeah, like
what Terran's ever gonna assume that you're taking that fourth at 8 minutes into the game? Like, it's
yeah, that
incredibly
and like he's getting
but the most brilliant thing ever at the same time. That's insane.
Yeah, like it's so greedy that like he's not gonna expect it, and like I was saying with that blink, like this army is just so good at engaging this army in the middle of the map. It's gonna be real rough for Revolution to punish this at all. I mean, he's sending out double drop now.
He got away with it.
Yeah, it's done.
Fourth base. It's done. It's got pylons. He's got an army. He's got High Templar in case of drops. I mean, yes, this position on the high ground is really strong for tanks, but it seems like Rev is just like, there's no way he did the fourth. Like, you don't do that.
Yeah, and I mean, with Storm being done now, with Blink being done now, with the Glaive upgrade being done now, like, Amicus is in such a good position here. What's going to be key for Revolution getting back in this game is how much damage these drops do. Already, one has been spotted, and the other one is dropping in a place where there are multiple photon overcharges available. Nice job by Revolution going past that. But, I mean, the other drop is hovering. Amicus doesn't see the second drop. He doesn't see the double drop here.
Third.
Yep, and now here they come into the third base, and the army is not split up well enough. Ooh, loses the Mothership Core. Nice pickup there from Revolution, moving this out, and this isn't getting a lot done, actually. I thought this was a really good position for Rev, but not getting as much as you would want done here. Oh, Amicus needs to turn around. Oh, if that cannon had focused down that medevac, it would be dead right now. A little bit of a lucky break there for Revolution. Looks like it might get one more probe, excuse me. But all 3 of those medevacs die. All the units die. Oh no, there is a third. All right, I stand corrected.
But
But
you know
this is
what the
going to get
problem is?
Sonic killed now.
You know what the biggest problem is? Is that Rev went full Padula. He went 100% full Padula and didn't get combat shields. It's
Oh
goddamn travesty. It's phew.
man, yeah, that's gonna really start to hurt him the later this game goes. I mean, it might not seem like a lot, the extra health that combat shield gives, but it is so huge, especially with storms being out on the map right now,
Oh, so
and
scary.
especially with the upgrade lead being heavily in Protos's favor right now. He's getting his Stargates. I mean, Amicus is supply blocked right now, but I'm man, this is such a good position here for Amicus. And
He's played this
I would like to see
wonderfully.
him on some pressure right now. Yeah, Amicus is just playing this beautifully right now. And,
So, uh,
Revolution, like, there's just not a lot he can do.
I actually want to tell a little story right now. When I was when I was in the Couches League, the first season tournament, one of the hardest things I had to do versus Terran was dealing with multi-pronged drops. I couldn't deal with them. I would send my entire army to one location. I couldn't split for the life of me. It was so hard to deal with. And we just saw Amicus see a multi-pronged drop, notice how many people were in each drop, send a couple stalkers to engage the first medevac, and then the rest of the army engage the second. That actually takes a lot of skill to do. It takes a lot of kind of I don't know the word I'm looking for, but the fact that he was able to make that split second decision, especially in a grand finals match, it's
Yeah,
very
not,
impressive. Amicus is showing very impressive play, and this is only a
yeah.
plat match. Like
And
this
not to
isn't
cut you off,
the
but
Masters.
this is very huge what's going on right now in this match. There is a huge fight going down at the fourth base. Meanwhile, a double drop is being dropped in the main base of Amicus right now. This is so huge. Revolution has to hold. This planetary fortress is going to do wonders. The Blinkstalkers have to focus down these Liberators or else his army will not trade very effectively at all. Meanwhile, this double drop in the main base, cleaning up all the workers here, and even cleaning up the warp bins that are happening here. There's no Mothership Core in sight to kind of hold this, but meanwhile, the fourth base goes down here for Revolution, and Revolution is just getting rocked back at home. I mean, this drop is getting some nice damage done, but it's just not going to be enough here. I mean, this drop is going to get cleaned up by these Adepts, and eventually Stalkers will get warped in, or the Medivacs will just have to go home empty-handed. And this army at the front of Revolution's base right now is just so huge. And honestly, Amicus doesn't even need to push in here. He just has to contain. If that army, ooh, this could be so sick. Sniping so many High Templar here. Gets one, forces Stormhand, forces Archons on the other two. That is so huge. So
That's
much
huge.
free
That's
damage there.
That was like four
Every
storms he just got rid of. Like, yeah, he got an
yeah,
Archon, but he lost four storms, which is invaluable against a Terran bio army that doesn't still have combat shields. I don't even think he has concussive shields. You got Stim and you completely forgot. Like, you can tell the nerves are coming in. It's hard to watch. And also, 2-2 hasn't even started for the Terran, while 3-2 is completed for the Protoss player. He's just in a very commanding position right now. I think it's kind of like
yeah.
Game of
Getting
Cobalt
his
where you
fleet
can just
beacon.
1A. You can just, yeah, I'm fine. Oh, getting the fleet bacon
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, the fleet beacon, so he'll have, I think at this point he just has to wait for these Tempests. He just needs to contain, he needs to make sure that these drops don't do a lot of damage. I really like him leaving these High Templar at home.
Well, he just lost 2 full
Ooh, has
medevacs.
3 exit time though! Ooh, loses both full energy High Templar there at the fourth base. That is so huge, and loses the full energy Mothership Core. So much damage there for Revolution for absolutely free. Very well played there. Now he's going to clean up his entire mineral line. These are the plays that Revolution has to be making here to get himself back in this game. Very well played.
Oh, and the fourth is completely unprotected. You can take these
Wow.
guys on.
Yeah.
If he
Oh, but
holds
here's a
this,
huge shade onto his army.
oh,
Oh, and he
huge
commits, but the Blinkstalk is a little bit late. Oh, these tanks are getting really nice shots out, but the Liberators are going down now. The tank has fallen. The army supply is heavily in favor of Amicus here, and the Revolution is getting rocked. This is gonna be the game here for Amicus, taking LiT to match point. Good game, well played.
the story of that game